At the beginning of this episode, we see that Lin then takes Yunseo to the hospital garden area and leaves her there while she goes back inside. In the garden, Yunseo sees an old man lying under a bench and runs to help him, asking what he is doing there. The old man explains that his guardians do not allow him to smoke, so he hides there. Yunseo tells him his guardians are right. The old man then says that his last wish is to see his grandson get married and asks if Yunseo has a boyfriend. She replies, no. Later, when the grandfather is admitted in the hospital, Jang comes to see him and finds a cigarette near him and scolds him for smoking again. The grandfather says he just felt like it. Meanwhile, Lin takes Yunseo to an empty hospital room and tells her that some colleagues will arrive in a few days, so she should arrange another place by then. But for now, she can stay there. On the other side, Jang asks his grandfather to sign the surgery consent papers, but the grandfather says his last wish is to see Jang get married. Jang agrees and says he will introduce his girlfriend if the papers are signed. After the signing, Jang hands the papers to the doctors. Then he asks the nurse to be his girlfriend, but she refuses. After that, he goes to Yunseo and asks her to be his girlfriend. Yunseo refuses, saying she cannot do that, and questions how she can suddenly become his girlfriend. Just as the grandfather is being taken for surgery, Yunseo sees him and recognizes him. She goes to him and says she is Jang's girlfriend, which makes the grandfather very happy, while Jang is completely shocked. Jang asks Yunseo if she had met his grandfather before, and she says yes, she met him that morning at the hospital. Jang then asks why she is staying there, and Yunseo explains that her friend gave her permission to stay at the hospital. The doctors then inform them that the grandfather's surgery was successful. Jang feels relieved and happy, tells Yunseo that she can stay at his house, and gives her his house password. Yunseo happily goes to Minjun's house, but when she reaches the door, she forgets the password. Suddenly, she receives a message from Minjun with the password. She thanks him and enters the house where everything inside is clean and well organized, showing Minjun preference for cleanliness. Then suddenly the doorbell rings, and when Yunseo opens the door, she receives a parcel. The delivery boy leaves the package, and inside the parcel, there are some pictures of Minjun and Grandpa Kim. Yunseo decorates the room and steps outside, and after some time, Minjun arrives and sees Yunseo lying down. Then he goes into the room and looks at the pictures of himself and Grandpa Kim, and a little later, he hears Yunseo mumbling something, and when he comes closer to check what she is saying, his toothbrush accidentally goes into Yunseo's mouth due to confusion. And while he tries to pull it back out, Yunseo suddenly wakes up, which causes Minjun to get hurt, and Yunseo notices his injury and tells him that his nose is bleeding, while Minjun says it is fine and walks away after that. Minjun divides everything in the house into 2 equal parts, and even assigns specific time slots for using the bathroom. Then Yunseo says she does not have money to pay rent, but she can cook for him. And Minjun agrees. The next morning, Minjun is in the bathroom and Yunseo asks him to come out quickly because she needs to use it, but Minjun tells her it is his time and she cannot come in later. Yunseo is making breakfast for Minjun, but ends up burning the food, so Minjun makes breakfast himself, and when she asks if he will not eat, he replies that she has already wasted too much of his time, and he will go and maybe eat some other time. And the following morning, Minjun receives a call from the hospital saying that Grandpa Kim's condition has worsened, and when Minjun reaches the hospital, a nurse informs him that Grandpa Kim's condition is now stable. Because of your girlfriend who managed everything. Minjun looks out the window and sees Yunseo sitting beside Grandpa Kim, and when she goes to get some water, Minjun goes to Grandpa Kim, who tells him that now he should marry his girlfriend, and Minjun replies that it is not possible right now. Just then, Yunseo returns, and Grandpa Kim asks her to promise that she will do exactly what he says, and without asking what he means, Yunseo promises, which leaves Minjun completely shocked later. While sitting together in the car, Minjun tells Yunseo that Grandpa Kim was talking about their marriage, and she agreed to it, and Yunseo says that she only said it to make him happy, but Minjun replies that no matter what, she still said yes in front of him, and now asks what her plan is regarding marriage. Yunseo responds that first he made her his girlfriend, then let her live in his house, and now he is talking about marriage and asks if he is trying to trap her in something, to which Minjun replies that she was the one who said all this in front of Grandpa Kim, and now she should go and clear everything with him. Yunseo goes to tell Grandpa Kim the truth, but instead, he introduces her to his relatives, who all praise her beauty, and just as Yunseo tries to leave, one of Grandpa Kim's relatives stops her and starts giving her pregnancy-related advice, which Lena overhears the entire conversation the next day. When the 3 friends meet, Yunseo tells them everything about Minjun's situation, and Gaeun asks what she will do now, since she does not even like Minjun. And Yunseo replies that this is not true anymore, because earlier she did not like him, but now she does. And Gaeun asks if that means she will marry him, and Yunseo says no. How can she do that because he is her teacher? Just then, Yunshu gets a call from her older sister Yunlan, who tells her that she's coming back to China. Yunshu gets worried and starts wondering what she should do. Lin advises her, you should hire a lawyer to help you find your cousin. The next day, Yunshu meets Lawyer Lu at his office. He agrees to take her case and says his fee will be 300 yuan. Yunshu says she doesn't have that much money. Lawyer Lu replies, all right then, just pay 10,000 yuan. The next day, Grandpa Jung tells Jung and Yunshu that the 2 of them should get married now. Jung says no, their relationship is the way it is, and it can't be turned into a marriage. They can't get married. Grandpa responds, fine, then prove within 3 days that you're not a perfect match. If you are a perfect match, you'll get married. If not, you won't. Jung agrees. When Yunshu comes into the room, Jung starts taking her measurements, height, weight, and everything else. Based on statistical analysis, he declares that they are not a perfect match for marriage. Then he gives her a question paper and IQ test, and gives her 1 hour to complete it. The next day, Yunshu is sitting with her friends and tells them that lawyer Lu is ready to take her case, but he needs 10,000 yuan as an advance payment. Her friends agree and say it's no big deal, and they send her some money. Later, during dinner, Yunshu tells Jung that her lawyer is ready to take the case. Jung asks, how much did he charge? She replies, 10,000. Jung then asks, did he make you sign a contract? He says, all right, I'll go to the company tomorrow. When Jung goes to the company the next morning, he's informed that no lawyer by that name works there. He returns home. Meanwhile, Gao suggests that Yunshu should try calling the lawyer. When Yunshu calls, no one answers. Gao says, looks like you got scammed again. Later, Jung tells Grandpa that according to statistical measurements, they are not a perfect match because Yunshu is much weaker in terms of height, weight, and IQ level. Grandpa replies, Yunshu is the perfect partner for you. In life, matching doesn't matter as much as emotions do. Jung argues, but emotionally she's very weak too. Grandpa says, that's exactly her strength. She's emotionally weak and you're emotionally strong. Jung falls silent. The next day, Jung also meets lawyer Lu. When Jung goes to the hospital, the doctor informs him that Grandpa has less than a year to live. Jung becomes worried. At that moment, Yunshu comes to him and says, Grandpa has called both of us. They go to Grandpa's room, where he gives Yunshu a shopping list and says, buy these items for me and take Jung with you. As they leave, Grandpa whispers in Jung's ear, today, see your perfect match with your own eyes. At the shopping mall, Yunshu buys a perfume. Jung asks, why are you buying this perfume? She replies, Grandpa really likes this fragrance. At the counter, a woman borrows 100 yuan from Yunshu. Jung says, you shouldn't trust people so easily these days. But Yunshu gives her the money because the woman promises to return it soon. They wait for a long time, and Jung says, she's not coming back. Yunshu replies, not everyone is the same. After a while, the woman returns and gives the money back, which makes Jung smile. Jung then tells Yunshu, I met your lawyer Lu this morning. He said he can't take the case because he's very busy. He also returned your 10,000 yuan. Yunshu replies, thank goodness it wasn't a scam. I was really worried it might happen again. The next day, Jung says, we should consider Grandpa's proposal. Maybe he's right. If we get married, a lot of our problems could be solved. Yunshu replies, I've never been in love before. Are you trying to marry me by tempting me with a house? In the next scene, Yunshu asks Jung, are you serious about this? Jung replies, I've thought about it a lot and I've decided that we should get married. He explains, your cousin scammed you and you need a home. I need to fulfill Grandpa's wish. This way, both of our problems will be solved. The next day, Yunshu meets her friend Gao and tells her everything. Gao says, none of my boyfriends ever offered me a house. You're so lucky. Suddenly, Yunshu gets a call from a real estate company. She goes to the office and chooses a house with $500 rent. She buys the house and starts packing to leave Jung's place. As she's leaving, she says to Jung, I'll see you next year on graduation day. Jung replies, think about the contract proposal. It'll be valid for 1 month. If you want, you can come back to me. She ignores him and leaves, but after a short while, she comes back. This is where the episode comes to an end, and to watch the next episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon.